Hello and welcome to another great episode on Oz Arab Media. I'm Christine and today I'm joined by a rising star in the world of mixed martial arts. Someone who's made not just his gym, but his whole community proud. He's represented Australia on the world stage and he's gearing up for some huge fights ahead. Please welcome with me Adam Nahas, international MMA fighter, Bankstown local, and one of the fiercest athletes to watch in the game right now. Adam, welcome to Oz Arab Media Studios.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Of course, it's our pleasure to support young athletes like yourself. So let me start straight away from the beginning. When did your MMA journey begin and what drew you to this sport?
Well, my MMA journey began back in 2015.
Right.
Is when I started training. So it actually started as a side thing. I was playing rugby league back when I was like 16, 17 years old. I was playing for a while. And one of my coaches recommended to me during the off season that I stay fit, stay active, so I can come back to the new season. I'm already fit. We can keep progressing and keep getting better from there.
Right.
And one of the sports that I was interested in ever since I was a kid was UFC or MMA.
Yeah.
I remember me and my sister were just scrolling through the TV once, flicking through the channels, and we saw this sport, The Ultimate Fighter. It's a reality TV show where fighters will compete for a UFC contract. And it just appealed to me so much, even at a young age, seeing these two guys fight, for a UFC contract. It was a big deal for me. And but I never did it. Never did it growing up. I was more rugby league, cricket, typical Aussie sports.
Amazing.
And when I was 17, I was like, you know what, maybe I should do MMA in the off season to stay fit, like the coach recommended to me.
Yeah.
And my brother-in-law took me to my first MMA gym. And I remember seeing it, the guys training hard and the wrestling and the bags and the equipment. I was like, wow, so it was like a love at first sight thing when I saw it. I was
amazing.
I loved it, so, and I started training and didn't look back. So.
Wow, that is wonderful news. And last year, you were sponsored by Bankstown RSL, if I can give a huge shout out, to represent you from Australia at the Gamma World Championship in Indonesia.
That's right.
So tell us about this experience and what it meant to you.
It was a great experience, going to compete overseas in Jakarta. For my MMA debut, it was a big thing, and Bankstown RSL helping me, supporting me. It's a big thing, especially for amateur fighters. You don't make money.
Yes,
so
true.
We do need
it's
that
not
support.
A professional thing.
Exactly, and because it was an amateur tournament, Bankstown RSL really helped us out with that. And the experience was, it was great. Going overseas, meeting so many fighters from different countries, and it was a big deal. Representing Australia as well. It was quite a big thing and a proud moment for me.
That's amazing. How did it feel stepping into such an international stage, representing your country in such a major event? Like, it's not something like going to the gym or to an awards down here locally, right?
There's a big difference.
So how did it feel stepping into that world?
It was exciting, going out there to, again, to compete and showcase my skills to the world, on an international stage. Someone was telling me when I was there, one of the coaches that was helping out another fighter, he was asking me, what's your MMA record? And I'm like, this is my first fight, He's like, well, on the international stage. And, I was really struggling to get local shows and local fights. There wasn't many opportunities for me to get, shows getting cancelled, fighters pulling out, me getting injured as well, all of the above, so... When this Gamma World Championships opportunity came to me, it was a big thing, going out there to compete from other people against other people from their country.
Yeah.
Being selected from their country as well, I knew it was going to be tough fights, good skills, so... And being able to do it, representing Australia, it was great.
You should be proud. I'm sure all of these feelings were on the positive side of this experience, but... I'm sure there was other struggles negatively, maybe emotionally or physically. Like, were you anxious? Were you scared? Tell us about it.
You're going out there to fight, so you're going to have those feelings, like nervousness and feeling a bit scared and worried. But honestly, it's when you go out there and you start doing, I've been training so much and mentally and physically prepared for stuff like this, it becomes natural to you. You forget, the nerves go out the window, you start competing. It's just, it feels great.
Amazing. Tell us about the people behind your training. You did mention you have coaches and your team at the UFC gym at Bankstown and the Knockout Martial Arts.
Yeah.
What role did they play in your performance and your growth?
They're always helping me. I've been at UFC Gym Bankstown now since 2018, I think.
Wow.
So lots of years I've been there, and they're always supporting me. I started off as a student there, and then, they started giving me roles as a coach as well as a teacher. So I've been doing it. Yeah, I've been there for a long time, and there's a bunch of great training partners there, good friends that I've made throughout the years, and Knockout Martial Arts as well, which is a gym that I just recently started at.
True.
And the owner there is actually my former high school teacher.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's like
very local.
like
That's amazing. I love this.
Yeah, it's like a little coincidence. He invited me down, and I started training there and teaching there as well. So they're very supportive, very helpful.
That is amazing. We should be grateful to have such a supportive community.
For sure.
You're now preparing for a huge national tournament for next year. So it is the PFL or UFC,
PFL,
right? Oh my God, there's too much acronyms for me. How are you approaching your training mentally and physically for something at that level, Adam?
Well, mentally, I'm always prepared for things like
That's
this.
great.
I've been preparing for a very long time. I know my goals and what I want to achieve in this sport. So when an opportunity like this comes, I'm always ready. Physically, I know what I have to do. I have to put in the hard work and train hard, and it can get tough. There's those days.
Not
it
a
can
lot
get
of junk
tough.
food, not a lot of sugar.
You can't enjoy yourself too much. It can get to you, but it's worth it at the end.
100%. I agree. So what keeps you motivated, Adam? I always hear you, I'm prepared, I want to do this. What keeps you motivated, especially on very tough days?
It's the fact that I haven't achieved, those goals that I want, to fight in the big leagues like the PFL or the UFC, and knowing that I haven't showcased all my skills as well. Even though I've had some good performances and I've showed, I've won my fights.
Still have a lot in the pocket.
I still have a lot more to show, and that's why I want to get up and keep training, keep working hard, keep getting better.
That is amazing. Very well motivated. Adam, we have unfortunately come too close to our end of our episode, so I would like to know from you, for young athletes watching you and trying to follow your footsteps, what's your biggest piece of advice for those starting now?
My biggest piece of advice, that's a good question. I think just give it your best. Try your best every time you go to training. These young athletes honestly have so much potential. I've seen, as a coach, I have, 12-year-old, 13-year-old students that are doing so well, have so much potential. If they're giving it their best, it means a lot to the coach. And, they're going to get rewarded as well by learning new skills, becoming stronger, becoming tougher.
Amazing. Never give up.
Never give up.
That is great. And finally, what is next for Adam Nahas? What to expect in the next 12 months?
In the next 12 months, inshallah, I'm hoping to either be in the PFL and get a contract or in the UFC. That's my goal, to be fighting in the, the major promotions like the UFC and PFL, which are the two biggest in the world. So within the next 12 months, my goal is to have one of them contract me, sign me up, and
yes, please. Hopefully after this interview as well.
That's it.
That is great. Adam, thank you so much for being with us today. Your dedication, your discipline, and your drive are genuinely inspiring.
Thank you.
So thanks for being here, and we wish you all the best for the future.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
No worries at all. Now, for our audience, make sure to follow Adam's journey on YouTube and Instagram. You can catch his latest highlights and training insights on YouTube, which will be down on the screen's banner. Keep your eyes on his name, Adam Nahas. The fight has just only begun.